we have to answer the why questions. I think at this point we can talk a little bit about countertransference. Countertransference is how you, as a therapist, will react towards your client. Hopefully some transference is going on there, and they're treating you like their father or their mother or a friend or whatever. But sometimes we, as therapists, get involved emotionally, and we start reacting to them. We start thinking about them in a judgmental way, in a way that is not neutral. And we may start acting a little bit differently, and we may start maybe scolding them like a child, or loving them like a child, or perhaps treating them like a lover, or someone from your past. That's the concept of countertransference, and we have to be very careful of that, because it's kind of our way of unconsciously reflecting our feelings upon them. In general, we want to be neutral. We want to avoid that countertransference. I'm going to kind of skip over Carl Jung for now. I may want to say a few things about what he said, but most of the key concepts are summarized in the book pretty well. I just want to say that he paid particular attention to dreams, to writings. He did a lot of free association exercises and paintings. He said that dreams, writings, and paintings gave voice to the unconscious, and that we need to incorporate those into our lives and really kind of explore some of those things. He did not agree with Freud in terms of the psychosexual stages, and this is where he really splintered from Freud. Freud gave him a lot of flack for that, but he kind of stood his ground. And he was responsible for saying that Freud placed his own ideas before truth. Obviously, these two guys, by the end, were tiffing and arguing about what was the best way. And let me see what else I can say about Jung. Carl Jung was kind of the first, and Alfred Adler is going to be our next guy. We're going to talk about this. But Carl Jung was the first to kind of say, we are not only shaped by our past, but also by our future. Okay, so it wasn't everything that happened that matters. It's also what's going to happen that matters in our lives and that affects us. That we have goals and things that we strive for, and that this affects our behavior and our emotions. He said that our goal was to achieve individuation, to be a unique individual, to kind of break apart from our family roots and our social roots, and to become an independent, healthy, emotional individual, and what he referred to as being whole. I'll kind of go back to Jung in our next chapter, but this is more or less the end of the psychoanalysis video lecture. I'm looking at the clock; it says about 43 minutes. It's probably a little bit longer than most of them will be. I just want to explain that I don't need you guys to know every little detail. A lot of the things that I talked about were the main points, and I know that they're also covered in the text, and I know that they'll also be brought up in a lot of the discussion questions. I want you to walk away with the big ideas, not every little concept and every little stage of Freud's or Erickson's or Jung's catalog. I want you to kind of just have a general understanding as to what psychoanalysis is, so that if you are attracted to psychoanalysis and the things that it represents, that you can then go pick up a book on psychoanalysis and study it, because the reality of the situation is there's no way that you can fully understand psychoanalysis from one video feed, or at least I can't do it for you. Anyway, hopefully you guys will have maybe some questions or some comments, either based on the lecture or what your readings or your own thoughts are. I encourage you to put them up on the discussion board. I'm going to be posting up some questions for you to think about very shortly, and hopefully our video feed things can get better. and I'm open to your opinions and your suggestions how I can make it better. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon.